On this day, a prophesied celestial alignment of planets will hang in the sky directly above 7 sacred sites that ancient druids assigned to each planet. This has never happened before. So what started as us wanting to do a trip that would cover the 7 sacred sites that are the Templar Cathedrals that start in Spain, in Compostela, Spain, and go up through France and end at Rosslyn Chapel in Scotland on July 28th, 2019, because each of those chapels, each of those cathedrals have an oracle assigned to them, which is a planet that's assigned as an oracle to them, as well as a chakra. And it's the route that the Templars and many others followed to the path of enlightenment. And so we picked that day because this is that alignment of the planets overhead with the sacred sites on the planet. It's the first time since the cathedrals were built that this alignment's actually happened, and it's happening this July 2019. So we picked that day, and then we began to find out more and more and more about what this really means. And if you stay tuned, you're going to hear all about it. It's really amazing. We're talking about the Holy Grail, the Book of Revelations, healing the body, manifesting energy, and so much more. So keep listening.
And our mission, just to be connected to God and transform all the energy of the sound of the places, just transform it into love.
Into love.
Into
yes.
love.
The higher energy.
And to be joined, even by those who aren't traveling with us.
So you can join us by just participating in love and giving and receiving love, and understanding that no matter what happens to you or anyone around us, it's all about learning how to love.
Over 10 years ago, I came across Tim Wallace Murphy's book on Rosslyn and the Guardians of the Holy Grail. And in it, he described this alignment of cathedrals that were Templar cathedrals that are tied to the chakras of the body. And I think that what Jill and I have been working on for a long time is this energetic healing of the planet. And it's about sound and healing the nodes at each of these locations, and the pilgrimage that's probably tied to many lives and future lives, and the possibility of making great change on the planet. So it's an adventure. It's a date that's coming up that's been prophesied and perhaps even tied to some information about Revelations through the mystery schools at Chartres Cathedral. We're doing a lot of research on this, and we're working with geobiologist Rory Duff, and we've spent hours now on the phone with him, and he's seeking these places on the earth where the energy lines cross, and it's his belief, and through his research, which he has a wonderful documentary on YouTube called Holy Grail Found, that he describes his research. It so ties to this work that we're doing. So we're working with Rory Duff, and we are doing continue to research to find out exactly why we're doing this for us. We know we're compelled to do it. We know we're compelled to let people know about it. We know we're compelled to ask other people to join us at special times for worldwide universal prayer. And now we're learning a little bit why we're compelled to do that, and how powerful it can be to help change ourselves and the earth and the consciousness of the earth. So my fascination with the Templars, my study of the Templars for many years, the cathedral, my travel in France, my study of the Cathars, metaphysics, Mary Magdalene, all those things seem to have come together for this trip that we're taking, and a few others are going to join us.
What brings me into this magical project is my faith in humanity, and that we are here to change the world, and we are peacemakers. I believe that all of us are here to make a difference. We came here at this time, during this time there is a great need for healing. And so I believe just by the synchronistic events that have led us to each other, that have led us to the understanding of a planetary alignment over a sacred cathedrals with very amazing sound, and then for the three of us coming from different places on the planet and having different backgrounds, but all with the same purpose, to join in love and to heal and to create unity, because our planet, our human race is begging for it. It's needed, and it's not that hard. It's about love, and it's about fixing the things that we can just by loving them. And now we're finding out that the planet's actually helping us. The stars and the planets are helping us. So we have and the Templars from hundreds of centuries ago that are helping us. So I'm in it to win it.
And bringing people all over the world together in prayer and meditation. And we're learning more every day about why we're doing it.
Exactly.
And it's synchronicity, and it's soul family.
Yeah.
And how do you feel?
And I feel it's energy, vibration, frequencies, and energy. We are surrounded by energy. We are energy, and somehow
like
we are
energy
just
calls
together.
So it's that
And-
energy that brings us together.
Exactly, and there's a big resonance all together, and
When you
we
put
want
us
people
together.
to share that, just to be with us and share that energy is coming through us, and
And add
just-
to that energy.
exactly
Amplify it.
to amplify it.
And people who feel our energy will know that they're a part of that energy and want to join us. So Roy Duff, he talks about the sound waves representing the real and true Holy Grail that the Templars were seeking.
Right, which to me made the most sense. I mean, there's been all this controversy all over since the beginning of whatever recorded time about the Grail, is that it's an object, and it's a spear, it's a knife, it's a chalice, it's a cup, it's a bowl, and everyone has their own opinion that they're right? Well, what Rory Duff, this geobiologist, in his study of the Earth's frequencies and what they are, has shown us, and what led him to these different Templars. He stumbled on these Templar Cathedrals basically by accident, and following these low frequency emissions from the planet, the sounds of the planet, where he found that at the intersections, which is where these sacred cathedrals are, the energy was different. So in some of these Templar cathedrals, of course, there's all this beautiful art, there's hieroglyphs and different encoded messages in these cathedrals, in the art, right? The Templars trying to share with us the messages. So he begins to look at these diagrams that just look like flowers of life, and you'll see pictures of it here in the video. But what he found is when he lays these diagrams on top of one another and gives an overview as like you're looking down on these diagrams, when they come together, they end up looking like the sound frequency diagrams, the frequencies of sound. And basically, when you put them all together, you can see within the diagram of sound, within this frequency wave of sound, and how sound is moving through the universe, is the chalice, the cup, the bowl, the knife, the sword, all of these things. When we compile that into one and take a look at it as moving energy, it is the sound frequency. So the Holy Grail then becomes this frequency that we as humans, with the consciousness of God within us and on the planet, in some of these places, they're more auspicious to help us, for lack of a better word. So the Holy Grail is that connection, that sound frequency that we can connect to, so above, so below. And each chapel or cathedral has its own resonance to get there, has its own frequency, and they all have a Holy Grail within them. And it's not an object that we can hold, but it is a frequency that we can tap into and connect with the Holy of Holies.
Seeking the Holy Grail is actually seeking our spiritual journey, and finding the Holy Grail is becoming connected through ourselves to God through these, as we've been talking about, potential standing waves.
So seeking of the Holy Grail, yes, is about connecting with this energy and connecting with the God energy that is going to give us the ability to manifest, to heal, and to connect with God in all of it.
I'm good.
Right.
And if these two waves have the same energy, the same amplitude, the same frequency, they can just be together and making a standing wave. So you can just you are living in the standing wave, and this wave is between you and God.
And that's what makes the unlimited possibilities possible.
Possible because
When
I don't know how to explain, because it's just an idea.
When you've created that situation by
your
own waves,
your own waves, meeting God waves,
with God waves,
with the same energy, the same frequency, the same amplitude, so they can be superposed, and you have a standing wave.
It creates a communication that
And
is
this
pure
is
communication.
Exactly.
Yes.
And there is no more space, because there is limited between God and us.
There's no space and there's no time.
No time, no space. There's just this relationship.
Right.
This wave, these two waves going to God and from God to us, but exactly the same energy and the same frequency.
Gotcha. And that's what we would be seeking on our journey, is to fine tune our own energy.
Just to try to
Hoping
keep
that
this one, to have this level one,
to get that one actually fine tuned.
And the answer is joy.
The answer is
If
joy.
you have joy inside, the wavelength you are emitting, I think you are able to join the frequency and the energy of the God wavelength.
Because
And
that
you can
is
create
joy.
this standing wave.
Actually, the Celts and the Druids had identified these sacred spots many years ago as the chakra points of the earth, these sacred centers. And the Knights Templar followed the energy, the imprint, the information, the work, ended up building these cathedrals on these special places, usually built over cathedrals or stone circles or areas that had been used for sacred purpose for hundreds of years, thousands of years ago. Built these magnificent cathedrals using sacred geometry that is set up, we are understanding now, to be able to create through the sacred geometry these sound standing waves. So we're learning more about that, and that we're going to be using sound in the healing that we're going to be doing at each of the centers. So it goes all the way from Santiago de Compostela, which is the base chakra, all the way to Rosslyn Chapel. And there's because Jill is expert on sound and crystal bowls, Jill's also tied to this, and we'll have a lot to share about that component.
And since it's coming up this July,
July.
and there's so much around it. So not only is it about us seeking the energy of aligning with the planet, aligning our chakras, opening our own path to enlightenment, helping the human race, helping elevate the consciousness, and helping to activate the energy in the earth. But we're finding out that more and more answers and curiosity.
Yeah. Everything is energy.
Yep.
So that we find out that the Holy Grail is pulsating energies that come from the inside of the earth.
Inside of the earth, and it's activated at different ley lines, different sacred areas, which the Templars knew, which
Or they were seeking, actually.
or they were seeking, yeah.
seeking.
But they built the cathedrals
on those
these
ley
cross
line
points.
centers that had been for thousands of years recognized by Celtic and Druid people.
Right. Ancient civilization, ancient tribes even were drawn to these areas because of the frequency. They felt the frequency. Now we have, well, we don't, but Rory
Rory
Duff and
Duff
his team has the capabilities to
Of measuring
it. Yeah. So
that's very exciting. So he believes that there is a place where all those energies cross, and that it creates a portal for addressing those. You know, when we say we're using our everything we know to manifest or to heal in our lives, that at these places we're able to do that, and we're like a portal.
yeah,
You
like
know,
a portal.
be energized.
What
by-
happens is in these parts of the earth, which are at different intersections, there's lower frequencies. There's low frequencies being emitted from the planet. This is how I understand it. And in these intersections, it's the higher end of these lower frequencies. And when our human bodies made a frequency and we gather there with other people, and you know, the combination of our frequency, the Earth's frequency, our consciousness,
And in this case, the cosmic
and now the cosmic alignment, it allows us, it assists us, it activates us.
It activates us, but what Rory Duff is talking about is actually healing the world.
Yeah.
And believing that there's a call for people like us to go to these places and to create sound with drums, with crystal bowls, with other instruments, with our voice.
And he's starting to prove scientifically there's ways that we can actually heal each other, heal the planet.
And he does his work in England. He's in Bath, England. So really and truly, this is following synchronicities and knowing that it feels right, and meeting the right people, and following our heart, our mission, and our joy. And that's what we believe it's about.
So what do we think we're going to accomplish?
I think it's a journey, a personal journey of connection of our own, for our own higher knowledge and rise of consciousness that is going to actually, we believe, if we have enough people join us, make a difference in the energy and consciousness of the planet.
In our consciousness, and together do it with
The thing is, we need some sponsors. We need people who know that they are supposed to be with us or at these locations on this significant cosmic event, which will be July the 28th, 2019. Yeah. There will be multiple levels and opportunities to participate, depending on the time you have in your life.
This is literally a chance of a lifetime, and an openness to a path to enlightenment, and to be a part of the shift of the new world. And then you get to share the time with us. Shannon's an expert on the Templars and the ancient sites in France. I'm more an expert on sound and frequency, and I'm learning more about that every day. And then we have
Quantum
a
physicist.
quantum physicist.
Yeah.
What else? We're funny.
Yeah, we're fun.
We are fun.
We're joyful.
We're joyful. We're promoting peace and love. We take care of each other.
Exactly.
We're cute.
And we love each other,
love
and
each
we
other.
are so happy to be together.
Yes.
Les sœurs de la lumière
La sœur de la lumière.
et de l'amour. Et de l'amour.
The Sisters of Love.
And like,
And light and love.
It's probably the biggest thing that's going to happen all year.
yeah, I think so.
Definitely.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean,
the biggest things that's
most-
ever happened in my life, and I've been tracking this spiritual stuff for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially one of the best things that's going to happen this year. There's going to be a lot of things that make the news, but this is a very powerful uplifting for the universe.
That not everybody knows about,
Yeah.
but you do now.
You do now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Peace out.
Peace out. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.